no matter how anti gay or anti-trans you make a country, the people still exist and they find their ways to be influential. I don't know. I see that sometimes. It always like makes me feel a little optimistic that even somebody in like China or Russia or whatever, that they can express a kind of like social pull within, you know, the context of their own identity, in spite of every possible like political action being taken against them in their home country. It just speaks to an underlying truth or maybe like a power of, you know, human perception that goes beyond what the law can control. And I think it's only going to go more in that direction over time.
Even in some of the most oppressive regimes, we still see transgender people, queer people able to get their message out. And I do think that part of this is, you know, the internet, and it's making it easier for us to reach one another. It is almost impossible to shield knowledge of our existence from people across the world. And I think that that does help. And then the other thing that I'll say is that even if these movements were somehow successful, if they could somehow just like snap their finger and make every last one of us disappear, we would still be here because we'd be born again the very next day. You know, we are part of what it means to be human. We have always been here. We will always be here. There's nothing that anybody can do to, you know, somehow eradicate us from the human DNA, from what it means to be human. And for as long as there have been human beings, there have been transgender people. I often talk about, you know, if you look back in history, the very first work of literature, the very first work of authorship by Inhe Duana, who's often credited with being the first author because she wrote something and then signed her name. She was writing about the priesthood of Inanna, which was a group of transgender, third gender, and gender nonconforming priests. So like we are literally as old as writing itself. And I think that today, people are coming to wake up to that. People are coming to realize that we are here. We're part of your existence. We're going to be here no matter what happens. So let's share the same world together.